Hi keyboarders, it's Mrs. Kessel. For today's lesson, I'm going to really quickly show you what you're going to do and then you are going to get started. Okay, so let's take a look at the screen. As you can see in today's folder, which at the time I'm filming this video is Wednesday, but when you're watching this video, if it's second card marking or third card marking or fourth card marking, it might be a different day. Okay, so in today's folder, you're going to see this thing that says Beginner Lesson 2 Slideshow. You click on that, and then my slideshow comes up with today's lesson. So I will say the slides will move themselves automatically after 1 minute. I cannot stop that. So if the slide is moving and you don't want it to move, just go back, okay? So as you can see, it says Beginner Lesson 2. Each day, there's going to be a different slideshow on here from now on, all right? So I've done Beginner Lesson 1 with you synchronously. Now these lessons are going to be on Schoology. This is also good if you were absent. You can just come in and see what we did, okay? So this is for Beginner Lesson 2. Let's remember what synchronous is versus asynchronous. Synchronous learning is a lesson that we all do together at once on Zoom. These are the live classes with our teachers, and they only happen in the mornings, okay? So today, if you're watching this video, you're doing the lesson asynchronously. Asynchronous lessons happen independently in Schoology by yourself, and they all happen in the afternoon. So even if you were absent, you would go in the afternoon and do the work you missed. So synchronous is morning, asynchronous is afternoon. And as you can see, we've got BTS showing us what synchronous means all together. Asynchronous is everyone's doing their own thing independently. So every day the slideshow will say this. It will say, click on the button for today's lesson. Today, are you synchronous? If you're looking at this slideshow while you're in a Zoom meeting with me, you would click synchronous. If you are asynchronous, if you're watching this video and working by yourself on Schoology, you're going to click this button, okay? And it will take you to the slides for that. If you click the wrong thing, where it says down here where it says slide 16, just go back to that. Just go back to slide 3. Slide 3 will ask you that question again, and you can click the right one if you click the wrong one. So this video is for asynchronous learners, so I'm going to click asynchronous. So you have to click to get the things to come out. So today's asynchronous agenda is that you are going to go over the asynchronous learning expectations which are new, and I'm going to do that with you in just a minute. And we're going to do a posture review, which I will also do with you. You're going to do Beginner Lesson 2. That's a video you're going to watch by yourself without me. And then you're going to do any missing work you have. And if all of your missing work is done, then you can do some typing.com games. So this is new, and it's in your slideshow for you to watch, read, but I just want to go over it with you since it's the first time we're talking about it. So we've had our synchronous learning expectations, but these are our asynchronous learning expectations for when you're on Schoology. So the first thing is that you need to be on time. So when we are doing asynchronous learning, you need to go to each of your afternoon classes at the correct time. And it says see schedule. I put the schedules down here. Complete work before the end of class. So whatever time that class ends, whether it's, second hour or fifth hour or seventh hour or first hour, whatever, you have to complete your work by the time that class ends on that schedule. And then it says responsibility. Read or watch all updates posted by the teacher. So when you're in Schoology, right when you open up Schoology, it shows you your courses and you can click on see your updates. So make sure you're watching and reading your updates from your teachers. Go to all of your classes every day on Schoology. So when you're doing your asynchronous stuff, there are classes that will be posting work, but maybe you saw me synchronously in the morning on Zoom, but I said, hey, this afternoon, go turn this in. So check all your classes just to be sure. Make sure you check the overdue and upcoming boxes on the home page for your assignments. So when you click up at the top, you click Dearborn Public Schools. On the right side of your page, there's going to be 2 boxes. One will say overdue, and if you have anything overdue, it's going to show there. One will say upcoming. It will tell you all the things you have due soon. Okay, so check there every single day and make sure you don't have anything that's late or anything that is coming like due that day. Participation. During asynchronous learning, I expect you to complete all of your assignments every day. So anything I post in keyboarding gets done that day. If I post a poll or a discussion, you respond to that. And if you have any overdue or missing work, you do that for homework. And these go for all of your classes, okay? Communication. Email your teacher if you need help. If something is not going well for you, email your teacher. But please remember that email is not like text messaging. Like, the teacher will get to you when they get to you. It might not be right away. Don't keep emailing them. They'll see it in their inbox, okay? Just email them one time and let them get back to you. If you email them during the school day, they will get back to you during the school day. If you email them after school, they probably won't get back to you until the next day, okay? So if you're not getting a response from a teacher and it's past 3:10, check your email in the morning. If your teacher is having office hours, go to them if you need help. I am going to start having office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and there's a Zoom link in this slideshow that you can use to get to those office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And those are in the afternoons, and there'll be more information in the slideshow. And let's look at quality. Quality of your work, how well you do your work. You should read all directions, do all of the work to your best ability. And it says, don't just open assignments and turn them in blank. I have several kids say, I turned my work in, Mrs. Kessel, and it's just, you haven't, like, you just turned in the doc that I sent out. You didn't do anything to it. That doesn't count. That's like turning in a blank paper. It wouldn't count in a regular class. It doesn't count online. You have to complete all parts of the assignment. So assignments in this class, there's usually several steps you have to do. You have to make sure all the steps get done. And when your teacher returns an assignment, when you get a grade on something, check to look for comments, okay? See what they commented, because if you got a good grade, they might have said something positive to you. And if you got a bad grade, they might have asked you to redo something or explained it. So check those comments always. Homework. I know you're like, Mrs. Kessel, I'm home all day. Everything is homework. But just like when we're face-to-face in the school building, in my classroom, if you don't finish your work during class, it becomes homework. So like it says, any work not completed in your asynchronous class time is now homework. Complete it tonight. So just keep on working or take a break and come back to it. Any work not completed in synchronous classes is also now homework. Complete it tonight. So depending on which of my classes you're either in my first hour or my 7th hour. These are your asynchronous schedules, okay? So right now, my 7th hour is watching this video. So 7th hour, it's an A day today. If you need to go on Schoology today for 5th hour, 6th hour, and 7th hour. So that means at 12:10 to 1:05, you should be in your 5th hour class on Schoology, not in Zoom, on Schoology, looking to see what that teacher posted. That's social studies global studies or science. Your 6th hour is from 1:10 to 2:05. That's also either science or global studies. And then my class, this class, is from 2:10 to 3:10. That's when you should be on Schoology, watching this video, looking through this slideshow, doing the work, okay? If you are in my 1st hour and you are watching this, on B days, you come on Schoology in the afternoon. And you also do it at the same time. 2:10 to 3:10 is 1st hour's Schoology days for keyboarding, okay? So, by 3:10, your work needs to be done. I'm probably not going to check it till like 3:30, but it needs to be done. People keep getting those calls saying you were absent. This is why, because you're not doing your Schoology work on time. So get it done. So let's review our keyboarding posture, how you should be sitting when you are keyboarding. I'm not even sitting the right way right now. I have to fix it. This is wrong. We're not leaning backward, okay? We're not slouching. we should be sitting up nice and tall, okay, 2 feet flat on the floor, just like 2 feet flat on the floor, straight back. If you are sitting the wrong way, it's going to cause your body a lot of pain. So you need to make sure you're sitting correctly. And then you're not going to have back pain. You're not going to have, pain in your neck, pain in your knees, pain in your elbows, your wrists, all of that, because we are sitting at computers all day long now. For school, it is important that you sit up nice and tall how you're supposed to. And once again, that looks like this. Body is centered in front of the keyboard. Your back rests against the back of your chair. I always say put your butt against the back of your chair and then sit up tall. Elbows and knees are at a comfortable 90-degree angle. No Frankenstein arms, no T-Rex arms, comfortable. Feet are flat on the floor. I was just sitting on my foot. I had to put my 2 feet flat on the floor. If you have a tall chair and can't reach the floor, either put a box on the floor or do what I do and put like a stool on the floor. Okay. Your wrists are straight and fingers are curved. So if you look over here, we see a straight wrist and curved fingers. You don't want a bent wrist because that's going to hurt your wrist after a while. Your eyes should be slightly downward and you should be a good distance from your monitor. I know it's different when you're on a Chromebook. You kind of have to be close. That's okay. When we do type from papers in your typing packet, you want to put it next to your screen, but we're not there yet. Okay. So now here's what you are going to do on your own. In just a minute, you're going to stop this video and you're going to open the slideshow yourself. This is just a video of the slideshow, okay? You are going to go to this slide. You're going to watch the video for beginner lesson 2. You're going to watch the whole thing. In that video, I give directions for how you should be coloring your paper keyboard, and that is in your packet. So that was supposed to be picked up from the school 2 weeks ago. So I don't want to hear any excuses about why you don't have it. You should have it. But this is what it should look like. So that's what it says in this blue box. This is what your keyboard should look like today. Nothing else is colored in, just the keys we've learned. And on here, it does say the next due date, which is 9/23/20. That's next Wednesday. Next Wednesday, you're going to have to take a picture of your keyboard and turn it in. So please make sure you are following along. But once again, the directions for how to do your keyboard are in the video. All right. Then you have today's assignment. For today's assignment, you're going to sign into Clever. You're going to go to typing.com using Clever. Remember, if you don't use Clever, it doesn't show me your work. You're going to complete beginner lesson 2, which is the keys U, R, and K. You must do all of the activities twice, 2 times. So you do the whole lesson all the way through, all the screens. Then you restart it and do it all again. And you have to get, starting today, it has to be a 95% accuracy or higher. So make sure that's where your average accuracy is. Make sure you are using correct posture while you're typing. And no looking at your fingers. Now, I know you're like, Mrs. Kessler, you're not here. You don't know if I'm looking at my fingers, but this is more like it's a thing that's going to help you, okay? So, yeah, you could cheat and look at your fingers, but if you want to learn how to type really fast, you have to not look at your fingers. And it's going to be slow at first. Your speed is going to be slow at first. But the more you practice it, the better you're going to get, and you're going to be so fast after that, okay? So I'm not worried about how fast or slow you are right now. Notice doesn't say anything on this screen about your speed. It only looks at your accuracy. So go slow now while I'm not worried about your speed. And then eventually you'll get faster once you build that muscle memory. Okay. This should be finished before the end of class. So before 3:10, you should have beginner lesson 2 done and your keyboard colored. Okay. If it's not finished by 3:10, then it becomes homework. It's the last one of the day. Just keep working until it's done. So if you finish early before 3:10, I want you to complete any missing work you have in this class. On Monday, there was an assignment that a lot of you just didn't do. And on top of that, the assignment was about missing work. So go back to the Monday button and look at Monday's assignment. If you have finished the lesson, you finished your keyboard, and you have finished all of your missing work, then you can go on typing.com, stay on typing.com, and you may play a typing game until 3:10. Okay? So this afternoon, this is what you're doing right now. It says if you didn't finish it, it's homework. So by 3:10, if it's not done, it's homework, and do any missing work you have. Tomorrow, you have a Zoom with me at 8:15. Be there a few minutes early so you're not tardy, okay? Then tomorrow afternoon, you will go to your asynchronous classes. So tomorrow, that will be your first block and your second block. And then if you have any keyboard missing work, you can use your extra time to do keyboarding missing work. Okay. So once again, right now, and I said I would talk about office hours. So if you have questions for me, you can always email me no matter what day of the week it is. But I am starting office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Today is Wednesday, but Tuesdays and Thursdays from 1:30 to 3, I will have a Zoom meeting open. You just click on the link, this turquoise link, okay? It's a different one. It's not the same one as our Schoology one. So you have to click on this link. You have to go in the slideshow and click it. And just wait in the waiting room. You might have to wait 15 minutes because I might be with another kid speaking privately. Just leave the waiting room open, go do something else, and when I bring you in, we'll meet, okay? Or like I said, you can just send me an email. If it's a Monday, a Wednesday, or a Friday, you can just send me an email and I'll try my best to get back to you before the end of the school day or by the next day, okay? So what you're going to do right now is close this video. You are going to go into, you're going to click where it says Beginner Lesson 2 Slideshow. Open the slideshow. Okay, we already went over this, but normally you would read it yourself. And you're going to click asynchronous because you're not with me right now. You're by yourself. And then you're going to do everything it says in this slideshow. Today's Wednesday. I don't have office hours. If you have questions, please email me. I will see you tomorrow at 8:15. Get to work.